Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on Arrow Season 6. They released a new extended promo for the mid-season premiere, otherwise entitled Divided, otherwise known as Episode 10. So yeah, let's watch that promo, then we'll be back and talk about some other things.
Thursday, January 18th, Arrow returns.
Have to go one more week without shooting a bad guy, I'm gonna bust.
With all new episodes.
Mr. Queen has his army. He should meet ours.
If Caden James has a posse, then maybe we need to even the playing field.
You don't go into the field with people you can't rely on.
I can't shake how everything went down with Oliver. I had to betray him.
The rest of the team.
There is no rest of the team.
The three of us, we can end Caden James together.
I prefer chaos.
He wants to watch this city burn.
What are we gonna do here? We're gonna sit around and wait to see how this all plays out?
We're forming a team. I can stop him.
Go get him. I'm so sick of everyone not killing him when they get the chance.
Arrow. All new episodes return Thursday, January 18th on the CW.
So just quickly before we jump into the breakdown and pointing out some other cool things from that promo, I am hosting a stream tomorrow, the crossover stream, which some of you guys might be familiar with, between myself, DJ Eric, Boba Talks, and the DC TV show. So I will put the times that the stream will be on in some different time zones up on the screen right now. So if your time zone isn't here, just maybe Google some certain time zones and stuff and try and figure out when the stream is on. But yeah, it's on tomorrow sometime, and I will put up like a half an hour notification before we go live. So, you know, you should get a notification in your subscription box half an hour before the stream goes live and different things like that. So keep your eyes out, or work out when the stream is going to be on your time, and hopefully a lot of you guys can make it. If you can't make it, the stream will still be uploaded to my channel afterwards, so you can watch it after the fact if you want to. But let's quickly jump into the synopsis for this episode, just in case some of you guys haven't read it. But of course, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below your different opinions on what you've seen in this trailer, as well as your opinions on my opinions, I guess. And of course, if you're going to enjoy the video, be sure to drop a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Despite losing half his team, Oliver remains confident that he, Felicity, and Diggle can stop Caden James and Black Siren. However, when he discovers one of Caden's secrets, he decides to team up with an unlikely ally. Meanwhile, Dinah spends time with Vince. So as you would expect in an extended promo, we did get old stuff that we had in the other promos for this mid-season premiere. However, I do feel that this trailer had much more new content in it in comparison to the other extended promos for the other DC TV shows, like just before their returns. It might just be me, but it felt that way. I felt like I saw lots more new content in this trailer, but let's go over all the quick little things from the trailer that I found really cool that we hadn't seen before, and then move on to the larger, more important points. Now, the first thing I have to point out from this trailer that I just loved when I saw it was Black Siren. Not just Black Siren, I do love it, don't get me wrong, but that sonic kiss of sorts was really awesome. For those wondering, that isn't a thing created for the show, by the way, like by the Arrow writers. That had appeared in other media forms performed by Black Canary, so it's a thing from the other sources. It is sort of weird what Arrow is going with though. They have brought in Dinah Drake as the new Canary. Sure, she has some cool moments, but they give all the little Black Canary nods and references to Black Siren, and it makes you wonder, what is the point of having Dinah around? I would prefer if they just gave Evil Laurel the references for obvious reasons, but hopefully you guys know what I'm getting at. It just does feel like Dinah is on the show more to meet a criteria in regards to having a certain amount of female characters on the show, rather than her carrying on the Canary legacy. But yeah, Sonic Kiss thing that Black Siren did, awesome. We do see Richard Dragon here, or Ricardo Diaz, alongside both Black Siren as well as Anatoly Kanayazev. I am very excited to see this cabal of villains that we saw established at the end of the mid-season finale, you know, out and about as a group and see what they do. I'm also interested to see if there is any conflict within the group, which you would expect with a group of villains. A lot of egos, a lot of violent tendencies. Will there be conflict? Anyway, you do see Dragon raise his gun to this dude here on the left in like a brownish coat. Many people were wondering whether this was Caden James or not, and this could possibly be the point in the season that we see Richard Dragon kill Caden James, but this person is not Caden James. Later on in the trailer, you do get a quick shot of a group of dudes in the same area, and you see this guy here in the exact same clothes, who is of course not Caden James. So this is most likely like a mob meeting, or like drug involved or weapons involved, something along those lines, and maybe the dude in the brown coat either goes against what the Cabal had organized with them, or maybe the Cabal's like, you know, these guys are sort of defenseless, let's just kill them and take their stuff. From what we have seen on the show so far, Caden James does like wearing the color black, or at least very dark colors, so we will probably be sticking with him in that color for, however long he's on the show. It just fits his like hacking lifestyle, that fashion choice. As the synopsis does say, Dinah will be meeting up with Vince, aka the Vigilante, in this episode. Obviously, them being former partners and Dinah thinking he was dead until a few episodes into this season. I think it was episode 5 that he was revealed from memory. But yeah, it will be somewhat interesting to see what goes on here, as this storyline, honestly, to me, doesn't intrigue me that much, but it could surprise me and be like a way for our heroes, or at least like the new Team Arrow side of our heroes, to get some like inside knowledge and help them take down some baddies. Speaking of new Team Arrow though, the ongoing conflict between them and the old Team Arrow of Oliver, Diggle and Felicity is going to carry out for like a few more episodes. We already know that thanks to descriptions for future episodes, like it says that they're still like divided, as this episode's title does suggest. But the thing that I'm interested to see is not the verbal conflicts they have and all the arguing that I'm sure we are going to witness, but I'm interested to see if they get in each other's way. It's something you would expect to happen, however, you don't really get any hints to that in this trailer. So either it is not going to happen, and possibly our new Team Arrow members of Dinah, Curtis and Renee are dealing with something else in this episode, or possibly they just don't want to show any of it in the trailer, as it could be a big moment of the episode. Who knows? We will have to wait and watch the episode, I guess, to find out what goes down between the two Team Arrows that we now have. One thing that was made pretty clear in this trailer that will be a somewhat focus in this episode is Diggle's struggle with his injury and the feeling that he is like essentially hopeless for the most part. But we do see Diggle's suit here, and it's nice and clean display. But is this actually a new suit? It does look like they added some red detailing to it on the arms and different parts of the chest, and that's about it. But it might be what he originally had, just with that red detailing. If someone wants to clarify in the comments whether this is a completely new suit, like they threw away the old one and got a new one, or whether he just had like some little red parts added to the one already had. So the one that he already had, might I say. So if you do know that, it would be great to let me know in the comments, because I'm not 100% sure on that matter. But by the looks of it, Oliver will be out on his own in this episode with no support, which is already bad enough when you're going up against one baddie, but he is going up against a group of them. So yeah, it's not going to be that easy of a task for Oliver in this episode. You never know, they could, in like the last act of the episode, have Diggle suit up and save Oliver. It would be a very Arrow thing to do, but yeah, we would have to wait and see in regards to that. We do see William on this bus here with his trusty flash backpack by his side, but of course some explosions go off around him. This isn't too surprising due to Caden James and the whole ordeal that he's had with his son. He probably wants to pressure Oliver with his son's safety, so something like this isn't too surprising. I do believe they may need to get William off the show though, so possibly in the next few episodes Oliver feels like Star City isn't the safest place for William, and ships him off to, I don't know, like boarding school or something cliche like that. The Williams storyline and the FBI storyline sort of need to go, and then Arrow will have no baggage like the first half had. Those two storylines sort of drag down the show whenever they pop their heads out. It is nothing against the actor who plays William. He does a decent job. It's more the fact that these types of storylines, or that type of storyline, might I say, revolving around like young kids, just don't really work that well, or at least the Arrow writers aren't that good with them. In regards to the FBI storyline, the reason I don't think it works is because we've sort of seen it before in like season 3, and you could argue season 2 and season 1 as well, when Quentin had certain suspicions about certain people being the Arrow, mainly Oliver. In season 3 that came to a head. So I think with the FBI storyline, that's why it feels like it's a bit of a drag, because we've sort of already experienced it. So as soon as they wrap that up, I think they'll wrap the FBI storyline up pretty quickly, or at least let's hope they do. The William one is the bigger concern, because they could easily, and it wouldn't surprise me if they drag that out right to the end and he never leaves the show. Once again, as I said, not the actor's fault who plays William, it's the writing. So hopefully that gets sorted out sooner rather than later, so Arrow has no baggage. I did find that line funny when Black Siren got angry about like no one like killing Green Arrow whenever they get the chances. I'm pretty damn sure we have seen Black Siren in a position to kill Oliver like 3 or 4 times, if not more. This could just be Black Siren trying to like give off the charade to the Cabal that she is still this like bad to the bone character. But obviously, as we saw in the mid-season finale, that is of course not the case. She's got a soft spot for Quentin, which we will see play out more in this back half, which should be a very interesting storyline to follow. Richard Dragon and Black Siren are my picks for you guys to keep your eyes out for in this back half. Both definitely have the potential to be the MVP of the season because of their various storylines, as I do believe, if you have not heard before, but I do believe Richard Dragon is going to kill Caden James. Let's hope before Roy comes back, which is episode 15. So hopefully in like 13 or 14, Richard Dragon kills Caden James and he becomes the big bad for the season. And let's hope that Black Siren's storyline with Redemption and Quentin Lance plays out really well, and is a very interesting one to follow. So yeah, watch out for those two characters, because as I said, I think they both have the potential to be the MVP of the season. But yeah, towards the end of the trailer, you do see Black Siren sort of get owned by that trick arrow around the throat, but I'm sure she gives Oliver a rough handling or two in this episode, so it should be evenly matched between them two. That's usually what we see go down. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'll be awesome if you could drop a like on the video. As I said, let me know in the comment section down below your different opinions on the trailer, as well as what I've said in this video. Be sure to drop into that stream tomorrow. Hopefully you guys can make it by. Go back to the beginning of the video if you need to check out the times again as to when it's on. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.